Hey, what's going on, you sexy viewers? You know who I am. And first of all, if you've watched my videos, my previous videos, you definitely know my position on Mortal Kombat 11. I'm taking a personal break from season. What season are we in? 3? So I'm taking a break from Mortal Kombat 11, and it's because of one, I feel a little disconnect with my characters. I also feel a huge grudge against the meta and other characters, and I just don't like playing against what we have right now. So that's my reason for leaving Mortal Kombat 11. I'm still playing the game. I'm just taking a personal break. Like when I say personal break, I'm not playing online. I'm not playing against friends. I'm just in training mode and in the towers. That's it. Sometimes the other times I'm just doing nothing. Anyways, I mentioned this because I went on, I booted up Mortal Kombat 11, and I wanted to see how I can deal with a certain situation involving Raiden. I'm not gonna expose my secret tech, but oh god, man, that sounds stupid. But anyways, so I wanted to go on Test Your Might, and I see this, the first thing I see, and I think I haven't read the thread, and I haven't read the other replies. But this is going to be interesting because I have my own thoughts. I do feel that there is some sort of, if I'm feeling a disconnect from my characters from the meta, then maybe a few other people are. So let's read this. Hello, TYM, NRS, FGC. Many of you know me both infamously and competitively in the NRS community. In my 15 plus years in the fighting game scene, I have seen a lot of things. I ask many of you to set aside your personal feelings toward me and take an unbiased look at the current state of MK11. So, first of all, I don't know who you are. Playing to win. I don't know who that is. Anyways, veterans in the scene and newcoming alike, let's try to educate each other why many of us feel the way we do. And an NRS game has never been maxed out within the first 6 months of its life. Will a third variation actually change anything, or the length DLC release schedule help to maintain our attention as a community? Our discussion outlets are dead and resorted to non-MK11 related content. In large part, we as the community could be a major reason the state of a major reason the state of MK11. Well, first of all, I just want to stop there. MK11, and this is like not even a secret. Everyone should know this. MK11 is 6 months. The game was released 6 months before it was supposed to release, and anybody with a brain can literally see that the game at launch was not fully developed. Character strings, like, I don't want to go into that. There's a great video done. It was criticizing the Mortal Kombat 11 game at launch. I don't know whose video it was, but basically it is probably known that MK11 was released when it shouldn't have been released. Anyways, should we have been more careful what we wish for? I mean, hell yeah, I agree with that. Is a line of thinking behind the gameplay simplistic? True. I implore the community to take action at a level we have never done before, though had the opportunity to. There is a way to ignite the fires and generate a lot of discussion and interest in the game, and mandating full customization. Here we go. Here we go. In all non-NRS Pro Series events and eventually Pro Series at the conclusion of this season. I think this is gonna be a huge discussion in this thread. In all my years as a competitive player and lover of fighting games, I have never seen a game max out within the first 6 months of the game's life. It comes down to one word: bland. There was very little risk taken by the dev team concerning the creativity control given to the players. Take almost any character variation to the lab and tell me where there is freedom to continue developing a character. Holy shit, that right there. Take almost any character. That's gonna be my favorite. Oh wow, that is huge. That is deep. I felt that one. Take almost any character variation to the lab and tell me where there is freedom to continue developing a character. I mean, with Thunderwave Raiden, I feel as if I've hit my point, and hopefully we're recording. Are we? We are recording. Yeah, that quote right there. Holy shit, that hit deep. It is close. I challenge anyone. Where was I? Where was I? Oh, to continue developing a character. Yeah, with Thunderwave Raiden, I feel as if I've reached my max level. I'm just trying to find tech against other characters. So situation wise. Anyways, back to it. Excuse me. I mean, this just hit me because it is so true. I've hit my max level with Raiden. I don't know what else I could do with them until a third variation or customized variation. Excuse me. It is as close to non-existence as I have ever seen. I challenge anyone. I challenge anyone to tell me when the last time something came out to change a character or their meta. I have been lucky to train with amazing players through my career, including M2 Dave, Forever King, THTB. I don't know. I probably know King Jr., Master D, Pig, and the list goes on and on and on. Through the life of the previous games. Who is this? Who is this? When you mention these names, now I'm interested. Who are you? And oh, I don't want to reply. Oh wait, why is there a Bucky? Why? Okay, hold on. Damn it! Why I didn't want to reply? Where was I? And the list goes on and on. Through the life of the previous games, there was an ebb and flow. Ebb and flow. What is an ebb? I'm gonna assume that there is an end and flow, is what he tried to say, of matches and winners and losers. The best example of this is the legendary evolution of Sinestro versus Zod. There were days where there were days. Well, let's not talk about the Injustice days. I wasn't even there, but I've been told of all the great stories and those days. And I love hearing those stories, but sometimes it's like it's a little too much, you know? Anyways, there were days, and when I say a little too much, it feels like those who tell those stories are really harping on the past. Because, I mean, it's good to harp on the past, but it's always good to look forward to the future. There were days when each of us would literally blow each other up. The changing guard correlated with major finds for each character. Sinestro's Vortex, Zod Laser Cancel, the full ability of Sinestro trait, Zod Wrath Grab Cancel, max damage, push block combos, perfection of Zod Balls, and more. All of these milestones changed the matchups tremendously. This progression took place over 3 years of the game. Because the characters have very little room for innovation, we are not seeing matches evolve and the game is only 5 months old. So is he talking about, he's talking about Mortal Kombat 11 here. Will a third variation change anything? Maybe, likely not. Now, I gotta stop you there. A third variation could do something. It could spice up the meta. Most of the characters in the game already have their best possible variation. New characters help? Not. New characters help. Likely not. Mark my words that Terminator's best variation will be known in 3 days and they can... It will be known in 3 days and their character combo potential and strategies will be fleshed out within a month. This is a tough question. But here's the thing, I'm laughing because Ed Boon and NetherRealm Studio, you know how they're connected to Warner Brothers. I am so sure that Terminator is gonna be freaking broken. Terminator is gonna be broken as hell, man. I'm predicting that. This is a tough question to ask and will be better reflected in the game's major tournament entry numbers and stream viewers related to other major games. The fire in our community is at a level normally seen between the death of a game and the announcement of another. Test Your Might character discussions are a graveyard, Twitter is back to bickering and inappropriate non-game discussion, and Discords are also dead. People are bored. The blandness of the current state of Mortal Kombat 11 does not allow for new tech or game-changing character development. There is a simple solution to this discussed in the last paragraph. Okay. MK9, Injustice 1, MKX were heavy with discussions, questionings the balance capabilities of the NRS staff and our Lord and Savior Paulo, otherwise known as Cold on the boards. From Cyrax bombs resets to Injustice 1's pre-patch Scorpion, to Martian Manhunter, to Tanya, to removing all armored launchers in MKX, the freedom in the game's engine that allowed for a tremendous amount of character development was destroyed by NRS's desire to make Mortal Kombat 11 the most balanced game. And here's the thing, as balanced as this game is, in the beginning of Mortal Kombat 11, Garrus, Scorpion, Sonya Blade, all these characters, as a balanced game, that you just had the top tier who were just dominating, kings, tyrants. They were monsters. Nobody could slay these characters. I mean, maybe some people, but you get the idea. While Mortal Kombat 11 is a balanced game, you still have broken characters. And being broken character is completely different from having a balanced game, and I think a lot of people do not realize this. This is something that I do wish to do a video in the future. I've lost my place. By NRS's desire to make Mortal Kombat 11 the most balanced game they have ever produced, which is, and props, much deserved for this. Yeah, I agree. We have to ask ourselves our hard questions. Is this what we really want? I am just as guilty as the next OG. Don't know why you would use that. Just say player that used to complain about this in the previous games. It is almost like we didn't know what we were asking for. I will say this, although I bitched about the rushdown in MKX, I was who is this? Now I feel like I know who this might be. In MKX, I was still very engaged, labbing and seeing characters develop over several years in MK. No, there's a period. Hold on. And seeing characters develop over several years. I am a fast reader. And speaker. So if you have not realized that, my apologies. In Mortal Kombat 11, I open up training mode with Cetrion, Shang, Highborn, and others, and I will go on. What the hell am I supposed to lap? All these characters are already maxed out in terms of strategy and combo potential. I remember when I could watch Mortal Kombat 11 and say, yeah, that's Michelangelo's Cabal and that's Rio's Cabal. Or that is Perfect Legends Lao and this is DJT's. That almost doesn't exist in this game. So, are we to blame for the lack of freedom that exists to the players concerning the game's engine? There's a lot of talk from prominent FGC members, Seth Killian or Ultra David, that support the games should be about what players want to happen rather than an execution barrier. Easier to play games allow more access. One begs the question, why is Tekken so huge when it is arguably one of the hardest to play games? Huge learning curve and a tremendous amount of depth, in my opinion, is because players invest a large amount of time with a return. The return is after 1,000 reps of a combo or execution. This is true. This is true. Right now, this is 1,000% true. EWGF Predator cancel. Is he talking about the MKX Predator cam? In MKX, Predator's cancels were easy. They were easy. Sea Viper, Insta Air Flame kicks and cancel combos, Cabal's cancel executions and hit confirms, constant one-frame links, and the perfection. I still remember the feeling I had mastering Sinestro's push block button, push block combos. Even when they were patched to 0 damage, they still had a function. Or when I could actually constantly do Predator cancel combos. So I think he's just talking about how limited Mortal Kombat 11 is. Let's just finish this shit, and because I'm gonna say 80% of this is true. 80% of what he's said so far, or she, whoever this is true. As a community, we have many opportunities to influence the excuse me. Oh my gosh. When I read fast and when I speak fast, my mind just goes, so I don't really stop and think. So apologies, but this is how I read. I just read super fast. As a community, we have had many opportunities to influence the competitive scene and not done so. Of course, there were days of 1,000 plus post threads asking for nerfs, but when have we ever truly took a stand for the betterment? Is that how you spell it? Is that even a word? Of our competitive scene. Currently, we want first to 3, but refuse to do this even in non-MK Pro Tour events. We didn't ban things like Cyrex bomb resets or Cabal that 7-3 almost the entire cast. We let characters like Injustice 1 pre-patch Scorp and MKX pre-patch Tanya used in competitive play, etc. You want to put ETC, my friend. Period. That's all. I mean, I've never seen someone do this. Now we have another chance, and I believe it will be. I don't think we have a chance. Hold on. Now we have another chance, and I believe it will positively affect all of the perceived negatives that Mortal Kombat 11 has given us. All non-MK11 Pro Tour events will allow full customization. This will engulf the boards and discussion outlets. It will further allow character developments and NRS to show off its numerous moves and animations that otherwise buried. It will, it will almost always show us something new on streams. It will give our characters personality and depth, which we rarely see. If we actually do this. Now, what is he saying what we do? Are we going to do a protest? We're going to go in front of NRS's office and just protest? How are we going to do this? Are we just going to tweet at Ed Boon, hey, you troll, make our game better? Like, if you want to change something, how are you going to do it? You have not offered the solution. NRS will positively respond, I promise, as they always do, and yeah, they always respond, and correct some of the barriers, such as allowing us to change the loadouts at select screens. So, as I said before, 80% of this is true. A lot of this is true, and it comes down, the whole summary of this is just basically Mortal Kombat 11 is very limited, limited in all aspects of a fighting game. Even in the creativity and risk/reward or reward and payoff, as this individual really greatly explained. Some great quotes in here, really great quotes. So I'm going to agree. But 80% of me agrees. The other 20% is that, well, it's only been 6 months. Can we really make a criticism like this in 6 months? And I saw this just now. So let's see. EVO was the biggest tournament ever in the history for one of our games. Celtic Throwdown was universally agreed to be hype. DreamHack was incredibly hype. Destroyers qualifiers have been hype. I would not... No. This, I would not actually... Destroyer is a YouTuber and pro player. I think he does his own tournaments. I would not include fan tournaments. I would not include that. We have rivalries between Sonic and Ninja Killer. We have new blood tearing stuff up. This is also true. But the fire in our community, right? You're trying so hard to force the scene to be dead when the community circuit is actually doing better than it has in years. I don't know about this. I do like to see stats because viewership. He brought up an amazing point. Viewership has been low. So in terms of viewership, it's not really there. But when it gets to the top 8, and this is what I find so cute and funny, nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares about top 100, top 32, or even pools, right? Nobody cares about that. So when it comes to top 8, all of a sudden 100K viewers. It's like that. But here's the difference. In other fighting games, you have 50K viewers. Tekken 7, Street Fighter, Smash, you have all of these games that are getting a lot of viewers in pools, and that's just pools. Mortal Kombat 11 hasn't reached that status, and it's unfortunate, but it's the truth. And this I agree. So the 20% of me, we have new blood, and I wouldn't count a rival as a qualifier or a quantity of measurement of if the game is alive or dead, because you could play a dead game and still have a rival in it, you know. So 20% of me is yes, we have new blood, we have new people showing up, and they don't have star power. What is star power? Well, when we hear about Conor McGregor going into a fight, everyone watches it. Now, before, we all loved Conor McGregor. But over time, we kind of saw how horrible of a fighter and his ground game Conor McGregor is. So when we hear Conor McGregor is going to fight, realistically, we're not wanting to watch him fight. We're wanting to watch him lose again and again. So what I mean by this, by star power, we have guys like Sonic Fox, Ninja Killer. We have a lot of these individuals with huge. Oh, okay, for a better word, and I don't like to use this word, a better word than star power is clout. We have a lot of people who have huge fans and huge supporters, and when they know that their favorite fighting game player is on stream, they go and watch them. So, what did I say? Watch them? They go and watch them. So Mortal Kombat. So with the new people, right? The new blood in this scene does not have star power, and over time it will. Trust me, I truly feel that that the Pillow individual, his name was Furious Pillow. I'm a huge fan of him. When I saw his Kodokan, I was like, wow, holy crap. You know, so and that's Furious Pillow, and there's other fighting game players, new players, that are doing that, are making a name in Mortal Kombat 11. So I want to read this thread. So I agree, 80% agree, and 20% of me says, look, we have 6 months of this game. Let's just continue to wait, you know. Simple problem: what stop players from actually making the best possible variation of one character and spam it on and on. There's a reason we don't have custom variations, and 90% of it is balance. Oh my goodness. So I've heard this argument, and I've heard counter arguments. The best counter argument is that nobody cares. Find a counter to that spammy, quote unquote, overpowered custom variation. So if someone has a overpowered custom variation, we'll just make your own custom variation. Build it. Make a counter. Literally, that's the best counter argument to this. I really wish we can I wish we could do that on here. I agree a lot with OP said. I think what really hinders MK games is the variation system is too limiting. It's too shallow for players to really give characters their own playstyle. I thought this for both. Okay. Yeah, it would. Think if LHQ Lu also had flame buff and a teleport. Would removing the slots and instead of allowing players to use all their abilities make for an unbalanced mess? I don't see the harm. A third variation may or may not change anything depending on whether they balance the... I don't want to read essays. I already read one essay. Does NRS pay to shove your head up? Like, do they provide wipes for you when you choose to occasionally retract your nose from their... Oh my goodness. The extreme caution taken with the variation system just went way too far. Characters have no depth or tech to figure out, really, and all that actually interesting moves never seen competitive play. You just go into every match with the goal of executing your block string over and over, threatening with throws. That's true. Until you can convert into your combo path, then rinse and repeat. What's to explore? And half the roster can't even do that. And so it doesn't get played. The best characters in this game are okay, flowcharts. Okay, whatever. Look at the game like Samurai Showdown. It has the shortest combos I've ever seen in a fighting game since the early 90s, but there's so much tension in match. You know, and you know why that is? Because in Japan history, samurais would kill each other instantly, like just with one hit, like two or three hits, and that I truly love about Samurai Showdown. Whether you know this or not, your opinions are universally regarded as NRS yes man, and your response to this thread further proves that. If you think this game has any level of depth, you truly are an FGC simpleton. Oh wow, that's whew. And have zero competitive clout. Oh shit, he's going in. He is going in on Crimson Shadow. Holy shit, he is going in. As a community engineer, you've also had many opportunities to help the scene, but really have not done a damn thing. Where's the TYM team? Where's the TYM tournament series? Where was the holy shit, he is going all out. Bruh, who who made you angry, bro? Why you snap? Why are you snapping like this? Holy shit! Where is the invitation to get players back on their site? On the site, where's the updated events calendar and event hubs dedicated to the community? Nowhere. But I do see a million shit posts and long threads in history convincing yourself that NRS can do no wrong. Wow, hold on. When will members of this sit have the ability to ignore you? Please add the holy shit. This thread should be front pages as it raises a million. You know, Mortal Kombat Reddit would eat this up. They would upvote the shit out of it. No, I think Mortal Kombat Reddit would downvote the shit out of this. I think they would just flat out attack him. And and why I love Test Your Might, one of the things that we are all philosophically different. Like, we all have our set of beliefs, but we all can resort to a mature level discussion. I don't know why I don't know why he's snapping like this. I don't know. It's crazy. I definitely know what you're talking about from MK9. Exactly. I don't see myself making it through all the DLC. I paid for the first time in NRS's games. Like, so here's the thing. I bought the DLC, right? And I'm gonna sit through all the DLC, and the character I wanted the most was Spawn. And I did this, and I said this on a Test Your Might forum. I said that putting Spawn at the very end, like 1 year later, is a very good business move and a life cycle move. But other than that, it's like really disappointing. So I have my PlayStation 4 on. I don't know how long this video's been. How long has this video been? 26 minutes. Let me turn my PlayStation 4 off. Oh, I thought this video was gonna be short, but Jesus. I mean, listen. What this thread is. His statements are true. His statements are true. Are you trying to get a job at NRS or something? Here we go. Just more. I feel like there's a major flaw in the argument that no tech is coming out, the game is dead. You mentioned Injustice with the game developing a lot over the course of 3 years, which is true. Well, we're 5 months into... Yep, thank you. There you go. Well, we're 5 months into the game right now. How do we know that there isn't going to be a major tech or developments? I'm gonna have to quote this one. I feel like we're all calling it too early. Let me just say something right here. I do want to say something. I want to quote that. Why? Because I have Raiden tech that I've been hiding. I've been hiding Raiden tech.